Hello, everybody. Welcome to Inside the Box Score. I'm Rita Taylor. With me to my right is Jacob Gummerson. Nice to have, not nice to have you, but nice to be here. Um,
Oh
Second
yeah.
episode last week. If you didn't see it, there'll be like a little link in the description, or you could just go to the channel and watch it. But anyways, lots to talk about. Lots to talk about. College football playoff, NFL last week is starting like an hour from when I'm recording this because it's
Yep.
it's 3:40 when we're starting this recording. The first game, Bucks and Panthers, is at 4:30, so the game will most likely be over by the time this is uploaded. But let's not get ahead of
Probably.
ourselves. Let's start with college football playoffs since that happened beforehand. I know NFL Week 17 happened, but not many real memorable games that happened to really talk about. It was
Not
kind of a
really.
boring. It was kind of a boring week, but that's to be
Coach
expected
Funk.
with NFL week 17, 18, besides like the games that affect the playoffs because, teams are eliminated, they don't care. Or teams already clinched the division or the one seed and they don't really care because they're not going any higher. So let's get to college football playoff. First game to talk about was the Thursday game, New Year's Eve. It was Miami, Ohio State. Miami got the win. It was 24-14. What I watched the game for the record,
I
but
I watched most of it.
yeah, the Miami just looked like the better team. They deserve the win. It's not like some miracle happened. They won the game at the very end. Miami looked like the better team all night. And my question is like, really,
Mhm.
why? Why against Ohio State? Why did they look so good?
Personally, the defense for Ohio State did not look as dominant as it has all year long. I mean, two straight losses, first to Indiana, and now they lose to Miami. Now Ohio State season's they're done. There's no Ohio State football this year. Caleb Downs, Caden Kirby, I mean, those guys have been playmakers for the Ohio State defense like all season long, and they just I don't know, just the whole defense just wasn't great. Julian saying he just didn't look like the Heisman candidate that he's been all year. He just didn't look like it. Miami just looked all around the better team, all three phases of the ball. They just looked like the better team. Carson Beck going against his old school, right? They're playing Georgia. No,
Yeah,
no, Georgia
no,
lost. Never mind, I'm
no.
stupid.
Georgia lost. They're
I, I,
playing. Oh, they're
I got
playing.
ahead of myself.
We'll get to
Ole
that in a
Miss.
bit, but they're playing Ole Miss
Yeah,
right
I
now.
thought I
Yeah.
keep thinking Georgia won for some
Um,
reason.
like it really just came down to which offense could produce more, and it was Miami at the end of the day. Miami Malachi Tony. He hasn't. I looked at the game. Said he didn't have a single drop pass all year, not one. And he's a dual
He is.
threat. He's like he runs the ball. I seen him throw it once or twice. He really can
Wow.
do everything, and he's a freshman. He is a freshman doing all this. Watch out for him in
He,
that game against the team that will not be named for now, but will be named later, just because in case you don't know what happened, add a little suspense into it.
yeah, that
But
one of the best freshmen in the country.
one of the
He's
best
been
freshmen.
unbelievable. He's been making plays all year long, and he's only been better and better throughout the season's gone on. And he has just been so fun to watch. And I hate it because I hate Miami, cannot stand them. But he is really fun to watch, and I mean he's going to be a NFL superstar one day. I really think so.
I think so too. I said to someone, I forget who, but he looks like Debo back in 2022 when the 49ers were good.
He does.
He looks like Debo.
My,
He
my
looks like
dad
Debo
even said
before
that.
he sucked. Like
Well, he
Debo's
got
not
fat.
good now. He got fat and then he started to suck. But Malachi Tony looks like Debo, like prime Debo, like Super Bowl, like NFC Conference Championship game Debo.
Running all the way around the field, breaking tackles, and Debo was actually fun to watch. Now he's a commander, and he kind of sucks. But I mean, amen.
I mean,
He just lost.
it's not because he's a commander. It's because he was bad. He's been bad for a little bit.
He's like 40 pounds, it looks like.
He gained a lot of weight. I don't know why
Yeah.
he just did, but Malachi Tony looks like him. Fletcher, if the running back, I don't know his first name,
Yeah.
but Fletcher number 4, he was
That's what I'm
cooking
talking
their
about.
defense all night.
He's
They
cooked
couldn't
every
find
defense.
an answer to him. It was as simple as that. They couldn't find an answer.
But as good as Ohio State's run defense has been all year long, it seriously shocked me on how how much he ran all over them. I mean, it's shows me that Ohio State. That's the worst I've ever seen them play all year long. And obviously, I'm a huge Big Ten football fan. Like I can say this now. There's more Big Ten teams currently in the college football playoffs than the SEC. So right now, in my opinion, the Big Ten is better than the SEC. I don't know why. I'm tired of people always like riding on the SEC. I don't know why. It's just Big Ten's better this year. So I'm happy. I got off topic, but I'm just happy the Big Ten's doing good this year. No one says this. I want to be the one to say it. Big Ten's better than the SEC. You heard it here first.
Dude, I've heard a lot about I remember I looked at I think it was after the we'll get to this later, but Stephen A. Smith was talking about a game versus SEC team and a Big Ten team. The whole post was just about how bad the SEC team played. It had nothing to do with the Big Ten team. It was all about the SEC team.
And
that was like literally nothing. It was all about how bad the SEC team did, and not anything about the Big Ten team.
No credit to the Big Ten team. Yeah, because say Ohio State wins, it's Oregon, IU, Ole Miss, Ohio State. There is 3 Big Ten teams in there. So
yeah. Also, the committee's decision. I know you're partially a Notre Dame fan, so but I think the decision to leave them out, they might have been cooking. I'm not gonna lie, they might have been cooking. Sorry, but I just wanted to say that because both, I know Alabama lost to Indiana. We'll get to that, but they look good against Oklahoma, and I don't know if Notre Dame would have done the same thing. I don't.
I think
especially after the 17 to nothing, they were down by that, and then they came back. I don't know if they would have done that.
Personally, I think Oklahoma is not as good as Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame's a better team than Oklahoma and Alabama. Personally, that's just my opinion, but I think Notre Dame's better than both those teams.
You know, we're not gonna figure out if that's true or not because Notre Dame A didn't make the college football playoff, and B opted out of their. That was some. I'm not going to talk about it because I think we might have talked about it. We might have talked about it last episode, so I'm not going to say too much. All I'm going to say is, don't do that again. But moving on to the next game, Oregon versus Texas Tech. Oregon won 23-0.
Texas Tech had such a good defense all year long.
They did, and I'm not gonna lie, their defense was getting stops. They were getting. I know you didn't really watch the. You were. We'll talk about more in depth the experience you had, but you were in California, and you were in an Airbnb. I don't know how much. Oh no, you were on the road. I think. I don't know how much you were watching that game.
I was driving to the road. Yeah.
I was in my house watching the game the whole time. It looked like Oregon. Their offense, it looked kind of stagnant at points. Other points, it looked great, but a lot of the time it looked stagnant because the Texas Tech defense was getting pressure. The problem was their offense did nothing the whole game, and I mean literally nothing. They had 0 points, and even if you didn't watch the game, you see the scoreboard. Their offense didn't do well. So the issue wasn't Texas Tech's defense. It was the offense that couldn't get anything done. And anybody that watches that game can say that, or can back me on that.
I have never been impressed with Texas Tech's offense all year long. They have a few playmakers, but none that I can name at the top of my head. I mean, they just nothing's. This game, this surprised me how it happened. I knew Oregon's offense would be better than Texas Tech's defense, and I knew the Oregon defense would stomp the Tech offense, and I was completely right. I was not expecting a 23-0 game. I was expecting, Tech to maybe score a field goal, something, but 24-0 for a team who gets a first round bye, 0 points. 2 games you've gone against, both first round bye teams have lost.
It's crazy. And the thing is, with the way that people were talking about this game, you would think that it would be good, but the game wasn't good at all. There were entertaining moments, but the game overall just wasn't that good.
Although both teams' uniforms, those all blacks for Texas Tech, those were nice. Those were nice. Cool.
Those are nice. If only they could have done something in them.
Who are the coolest jerseys I think I've seen all year long, just to do nothing.
I'm sure they wore it at another game, but for that game, they did nothing.
No.
But overall, just Oregon. Oregon, they had the better offense. That's what won in the game. Both defenses were getting stuff done, but Oregon, they produced when they needed to produce. Dan Lanning went for it like 5 or 6 times during the game. That's insane.
He doesn't like special teams.
I mean, he kicked a couple field goals, but
He does like
for
punting. He does like punting.
for the first half, they didn't really punt. They didn't really kick any field goals. They didn't punt the ball. They were usually going for it.
I mean,
So
the whole team is on the line, so I understand, but you guys
that's
should love
a
special teams.
Dan Lanning, more like Dan Campbell. That was cringe,
Yeah, no
but you
kidding.
know, that was
That
a
was
little cringe,
terrible.
but that was terrible. But but no, he was coaching like Dan Campbell. If you, I mean,
I get what he was saying, but
that
Jesus,
was.
man.
I don't know if I should have phrased it like that. I should have just said he was coaching like Dan Campbell instead of
Coaching
that.
like dang.
But he was. But moving on to the next game, I might as well just give you the floor and let you talk the whole time
Yes,
because
of course.
get the hat, put it on, get the
It's not
hat.
doesn't match at all.
It
I
doesn't
got my
matter.
Blues on.
Put it on. You take
Okay.
the floor for this. You were watching the game all the time. I actually was making dinner during halftime. I miss a bit of the game. You talk about it. This is your
All
time.
right. There will be a little YouTube short about my experience. I filmed most of it, like what the whole journey was from waking up at like 6 a.m. All the flights, the whole experience of the Rose Bowl. It was unbelievable. Give a little backstory of why I went to this game and how I was even able to get the opportunity to. My grandpa John went to IU, and when he was younger, he saw them make the Rose Bowl in 1968, and he's been telling himself his entire life, the next time the Hoosiers make the Rose Bowl, he will go. He said this in '68. Fast forward way to 2026, they made it, and right when they happened, my grandpa's like, "We'll go into this game," and we did. And I've been to a bunch of sporting events. I mean, my family was season ticket holders for the Colts. We went to Vandy this year. We both went to Nashville, see the Seahawks, Titans. Like I travel to games all the time, but unless I play in one of these types of games, I will never go to a cooler game in my life than this game. It's such a historic old stadium. Everybody there was just so nice, and these were the most diehard fans. I mean, there were fans like IU fans just like crying and just overwhelmed with emotion after them winning the Rose Bowl for the first time in program history. I mean, it's IU heading into this season was the losingest football program in FBS football. So like it's been a long ride for IU fans, and to stomp on a team who I can't stand made me really happy. At the stadium after Alabama was down by like 28 points or something, they started to leave. But the stadium didn't even look that empty. Because it's usually one side stadiums for IU fans, the other's for Alabama. You know how they've done for the Rose Bowl every year. One team gets one side stadium, the other team gets the other. It was 80% IU fans, 20% Alabama fans that were there, at least. I mean, there were more IU fans than the Alabama section than the Alabama fans. I mean, IU just
I think
took
it's because
over.
most of the if I can say something really quick, I
Yeah,
think the reason for that is because the Alabama fans they'll show up for national championships. That's what they expect. They've won like 6 in the past 15 years, or like 6 or 7. As much as I hate to say that, um, but my point is they've won a bunch of
man.
national championships. They're not going to show up for the Rose Bowl because they're going to show up to the national championship because that's what they expect. And I think Indiana, they showed up to the Rose Bowl because they haven't been anywhere near this since before colored TVs were prominent in America.
Wow. Yeah,
That
you're
I'm
not wrong.
you could I'm telling you, they haven't been good since forever. Like the last time they were good, the Jets won a Super Bowl. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
So,
No, we'll get to it.
yeah,
Yeah, it was
but
unbelievable.
we'll get more to their talk after the season when it gets to the off season. But or we
Of
could
course.
talk about them a little bit like later on in the episode. But for now, we're sticking to Indiana. My point being, Indiana's
Yeah.
football team has been terrible for a while. They showed up because this is the farthest they've been in forever, and even if they lose, it's a tremendous success for them. Alabama, their fans don't care
Yeah,
unless they go to the national championship. That's why they didn't show up.
but IU has never been in this situation before in the college football playoffs, where they're this deep in it. And obviously, 3 years ago, they won like 4 or 5 games. And Signetti comes in and he just tears everybody apart, like who he goes against. He changed the program. He changed just how things run in Indiana. He completely changed the culture and just the entire university itself. Just flipped it upside down. And it's been enjoyable to be an IU fan, which is I haven't said that since 2021, Trace Jackson Davis, when he was at IU basketball, probably. That's probably the last time I said it was good to be an IU fan. Signetti comes around and turns everything just freaking perfect. Still, the only undefeated team currently in FBS college football. Hope to stay that way. They are playing Oregon, who they did beat earlier in the season in Eugene. A great game that was. IU won there, which was one of the first Oregon losses at the stadium forever. I forgot what year it was. I don't want to say because I don't want to be wrong. But IU has competed with every team they've played. They either competed or they just blew them out. And they've been undefeated at home, undefeated on the road. I don't see IU losing a game the rest of the year. I think this is their national championship year. Next year, I don't think so. Mendoza's gone. Aiden Fisher's gone. Surratt's gone. They're losing so many key players and seniors next year. Well, it's just going to be so hard for IU to, I really think, contain this amount of success. They're still going to be a college football playoff team for the next 10 plus years. I truly think so. But if there was a year they're going to do it all, it's this year. And I seriously think just a 35-3 win in the Rose Bowl, one of the biggest Rose Bowl victories ever. Also, the worst loss in Alabama football history since the 1990s, by the way. Fun fact. That's how bad IU beat Alabama. So
The
I can talk
game,
about the Hoosiers
watching it,
forever.
yeah, he could talk about it forever. From my experience watching it
It was awesome.
in this chair right here, TV
Yeah.
over here, my experience with that was the game was terrible. I was expecting a shootout. I was expecting Alabama. They're both hitting. They're both like to put it in boxing terms, they're both like going at each other. Left hook, right hook, whatever you want to call it. They're both gonna like just keep going at each other. Turns out Alabama just didn't show up at all. They left their ambitions out in Norman. They didn't bring them to Pasadena.
Yeah. So
But
I
to
still
put it
know this.
to put it in
Did Ty Simpson
perspective,
get benched?
he got benched.
Did Ty Simpson?
Yeah, he got benched.
Or you get hurt?
No, he
I
got
heard
benched.
somebody.
He got
You got
benched.
benched. Okay.
But to put it in perspective, how bad they've been before, I looked this up before. Um, it was Indiana's first round picks in the NFL draft, or not? Indiana first round. Yeah, Indiana Hoosiers in the NFL draft. Their last first round draft pick was in 1994.
Yeah.
Over 32 years ago. It was this.
Yeah.
It was Thomas Lewis, who was a receiver, and now they're gonna have like two. They're gonna have Mendoza first overall. They've had one. They had one first overall pick in 1938. Literally before the year before World War II, they had one first round pick, and it was this guy named Corbett Davis. That now they're gonna have Mendoza's gonna go number one overall. Surratt's gonna go high. Omar Cooper's gonna go. I don't know if one of the running backs is gonna go. Maybe a couple defensive players. They're gonna have a lot of draft picks this year, compared to no first round picks since 1994.
Phone fell. Yeah, it's nuts. It's insane. It's so fun to be an IU fan, man. It's awesome. I'm gonna fix my phone real quick. I'll put it on the charger. There we go. We're good. Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's so much NFL talent on this team this year. It's just that's insane. They're gonna have like 10 guys drafted this year. It's insane. Yeah, they're just that good this year. It's amazing.
Yeah, that's insane. Alabama, they get first round picks every year. Maybe this year too. I don't know. So we'll see what
They're
happens
probably
with
gonna.
Ty Simpson. We'll see what happens with Ty Simpson. But I don't know if anybody else is like
Oh,
first round talent. But his draft stock after that game probably went down. They benched him. He got benched.
I know the backup guy played better than him.
Yeah, like
I think
he
did.
literally got benched. I wasn't even really paying attention to the game at that point. I kind of was just doing other stuff, so I couldn't tell you. But he didn't look good. But moving on from that, we got one more game to discuss. If Ole Miss Georgia at 8 at night, it was in Mercedes-Benz. No, not Mercedes. It's the Caesar Superdome now. Is the Sugar Bowl. By the way, if you don't know, I'm going to just say it just in case they don't know. Miami, Ohio State was a Cotton Bowl in Dallas, or Jerry's World, as I like to call it, AT&T Stadium.
Jerry's World.
That's what, I don't know. It's pretty much what it is. But, yeah, that was the Cotton Bowl. The Oregon-Texas Tech game was the Oregon-Texas Tech was the Orange Bowl in Miami, Hard Rock Stadium. And we don't need to say what the Indiana-Alabama game was. He said it already.
Rose Bowl.
Yeah, Rose Bowl. The Georgia Ole Miss game was the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans. Mercedes. I keep saying Mercedes. It's Caesar Superdome. But what a game. What a game. I'm gonna be real with you. I thought that game was gonna be a blowout and it was gonna suck. I'm gonna keep it real with you. No. I thought the game was gonna be terrible. No. I thought Lane Kiffin's gone. Dude, I'm telling you, I thought that Lane Kiffin being gone was going to screw up like everything for them and they were going to suck. I swear. I know they won against, who is it? Tulane, but that's Tulane. They're going up against Georgia, who's been dominant the past like 10 years, not 10 years, the past like 5 years in college football.
You could shove a text messages really want to. I said this entire playoffs that Ole Miss is being severely underlooked, and they're one of the most underrated teams in the playoffs.
Yeah, I got a text message from you. I could pull it up right now. I said it the entire time that people are counting out Ole Miss. They still made the college football playoffs for a reason. Head coach or not, they're still a really good football team. I mean, there's this new head coach. I got his name. I know. What's his name? I forget his name. But he's 2-0 in games. Both are college football playoff wins. That's a freaking stat line. Man, Trinidad, that quarterback, he is the real deal. You said something about
I know I did.
I said I'm gonna read it for you. I said out of all the games on today, I thought this would be by far the worst one. And then you said, and this is direct quote, I knew everybody would overlook Ole Miss. That's what he said to me. And that's why I said to him, and then what he responded with.
I said this is in the first quarter too.
He said that. Yeah, he said that early in the game. This wasn't even in the late. I thought still, even after they scored, I thought, oh, Georgia, the fumble recovery. I thought, oh, that's the game, not the game sealer, but I thought that was gonna change the trajectory. They were gonna come back in the second half, just blow them out of the water. Turns out Trinidad Shameless decided to turn into like the best quarterback ever and ball out of his mind.
Yeah, I love Division II, D3 NAIA football. I love like small school football. Originally from Ferris State. He won a D2 national championship there, then transferred to Ole Miss, and dude has looked good. One play, me and you were going crazy over. He scrambled like so far back, damn near his own end zone. Chucks that thing and just almost, I don't know how he did it. There was some plays where I just don't know how he completed those passes. It's just.
Yeah, I couldn't.
He is
it was insane. It was insane that he was making some of the throws that he did. But
I mean,
I want to give credit to Georgia. They did not like they were in this game, but the fourth down call, it was like 4th and 2. It was on Georgia's side of the field. Kirby Smart went for it. I wish I could pull up the play, but I don't want to just because it'd take too long. But I forget, it was either 77 or 57. I used to play O-line in high school. I don't play anymore. This is simple. Even you could tell. 57. He's here. There's a guy like right here. If we're going, he's here. There's a guy right here. What he does, he goes, instead of going for the outside, he went for the inside guy. He went for the double team. That led to the Ole Miss guy getting in really quickly. It was on Gunnar Stockton's blind side. He
Yeah,
couldn't see him, and he got sacked, and the play got blown up. If he goes to the left side and he blocks the outside guy, that play, I don't know if it would have gotten the first down, but it would have had a really good shot.
Would have given him a good shot. Yeah, I don't know what it was.
That
57.
number 57 sold them the game. Pretty much, he did.
You could argue that. You could argue his mistake
the
was a big factor.
and also yeah, and also the refs, that face mask call, bro.
Oh my god,
he was holding on to it.
Face mask
I
ever.
remember.
None.
Let me read what I said to you. I said something about the face mask.
You could put pictures like there's so many face masks they did not call this entire game. I mean, I even said it. The refs are trying to give Georgia this win. I think I said it to my football.
Dude, I said if they end up losing, we're gonna have an interesting conversation. They didn't, but still, what was he looking at? What was the ref looking at?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen photos of like his hands like inside the guy's face mask, and it's just a no call. I just don't get that you're a referee in these playoffs and you're missing these easy calls. I just don't understand.
I don't know how he missed that. And there was a ref like right there too, and he didn't call it.
He was right there. He was right there.
And we haven't even gotten to the ending yet. What was going on? We're not even going to talk about that because it didn't really matter. We'll talk about it a little bit, but we're on like a limited time frame here. What was going on with the ending?
Okay, so as a kicker, I'm gonna be a little note here. Oh, my string. So the guy who recovered the onside kick, because he was down when he grabbed the ball, no time came off the clock at all. Like that is like a rule NCAA has. I don't know how to quite describe to it correctly, but the ball was live.
I sort of suspected that. I suspected that because he was down, they were gonna stop the clock because they do that on kickoffs. They stop the clock with the players down, and they were just gonna run another play. But the first kickoff where the guy came out, he was in the end zone. He came out of the back of the end zone. Just take a knee. Take a knee and attempt a trick play on first. Why are you? And he threw it out of the end zone, and it hit the pylon. So they called it a safety. So I don't know. It was just all around a mess. But it didn't affect the result. Ole Miss got the win.
No, it's not.
And
thank God.
It was just a really messy situation. But that's enough talking about that. On the final play too. On the final play,
they were like ice on the field. There was like they had to take the stage on and off the field like 2 times.
Yeah.
Like there's confetti on the field. Like there's pictures of it like on the internet of like ice on the field, confetti. It was on the field.
You could see it during the play. If you look at the play, you could see the Gatorade that they poured onto the coach onto the field. You literally could see it.
Like near the sideline. Yeah.
That's insane to me that you could literally see the ice on the field or the Gatorade.
I mean, you could slip on that. Ice is slippery, man. Like you never know. I know there's like little cubes, but like that could be dangerous. I don't know.
Yeah. Overall, really messy. It was a great game, but it was a messy game at the same time.
Very messy.
There were very messy parts of it, but it didn't affect the result. The result that should have happened, to me at least, Ole Miss should have won that game based on how each team played.
So, who do you have win? Miami or Ole Miss?
We're gonna get to that in a second. We are back. We got the college football playoff bracket right here. I know it just popped up. It just popped off screen, but I got to scroll up a little bit just so everything's in frame. Everything's good now. Here is we're down here for now, but here is the college football playoff right here. We got each game. This is how it's panned out so far. We're gonna quickly predict these games, and then we'll move on to the NFL really quickly. So. Anyways, first game is Indiana, Oregon. I have it pulled up on the screen right now. You can't.
Come on. Where's my name?
Yeah, you gotta get that out. There we go.
IU versus IU, Oregon. I got both.
This is the This is the Peach Bowl in
IU
Georgia.
wins.
This is the Peach Bowl in Atlanta. Mercedes-Benz. This is actually
Correct.
Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Yeah.
Uh,
You said it too early. Yeah.
yeah. All right. We got Indiana, Oregon. I'm gonna tell you right now. This is going to be a shootout. It's going to be a close game. It is going to be action packed. Don't expect a lot of defense because there's not going to be
No.
much.
No, it's not.
I'm going to tell you right now, if Dan Lanning can get the right play calls and can do the stuff that he needs to do, I see Oregon. I know you love IU, but as a non-biased fan, I don't really have any bias towards either of these teams. I'm going to say for now, I know it's not going to show up on the screen, but that's okay. I'm going to pick. This is a toss-up for me. I don't really know, but it's really a toss-up. So for now, I'm gonna leave it up to you. I know who you're gonna pick, so we'll give it to you. But
I'll say why. I'll say why I'm picking IU, not just because I'm a huge IU fan.
Yeah,
but
say why. Say why,
so,
so they know.
and I'll say this: it's hard to beat a team twice in one season. It's hard to do. It's not done. It's hard to beat a team one time.
You saw it
But
you saw it with Alabama, Oklahoma. You saw it with Ole Miss and Georgia.
yeah, but it's just the game that Oregon played against IU. Oregon still played a pretty good game, and I really don't think IU played the best football that day. And they still won. IU's been on absolute fire the past few weeks with the Rose Bowl, Big Ten championship. They killed Purdue, but I would hope they kill Purdue. I just think Signetti. I just think IU's more prepared, and I know Oregon has been more in the playoffs more consistently. But when was the last time Oregon really did something memorable in the playoffs? They're not. I don't know. I just don't think Dan Lanning, as much as I really like him as a coach, it's just I don't know. It's just he has the players, he has the keys. It's just his team just doesn't succeed, or they don't do it when it matters. And that's been Oregon's like thing past like 10 years. Like it's just I don't know. Whenever Oregon's in the playoffs, they always disappoint. And they're gonna do it again against Indiana, who's just give me IU. Mendoza 5 passing touchdowns. IU wins this game 38-24.
All right. I'm going to
Nice.
give
5
you
touchdowns. Yeah, it's 5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns.
I thought I did my math wrong.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going
to tell you I want to talk about Trinidad Chambliss right now, but we'll save that for the Ole Miss game.
Yeah.
I want to say that both teams played really good games against who they were playing. I think IU played the better game, but I also think IU played the weaker opponent. Because as much as I thought Alabama were going to keep it close, they're not as good as Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
I think if the roles are reversed, I think Oregon would have blown them out by more, and I think Texas Tech would have kept the game closer. So,
yep.
Me personally, I'm going to. This is a tough one. I have it up on my screen. I know you can't see it, but I can. So
I see screen.
No, I mean like they can't, not you.
They can't. Oh my God.
But it's fine. It's fine. Let me make the screen a little bit bigger so you can still see us.
Yep. Here right now, I'm grabbing a toy.
This is my predictions. I personally, I sneakily, I know I predicted Indiana to win the championship, but looking at Oregon in that game versus Texas Tech, I think they might win on like a last second like drive like Ole Miss did. I'm gonna go Oregon, but don't be surprised if IU wins this game. Don't be surprised.
I'm not gonna be surprised if they're going to.
All right.
This is the
other game we have is Ole Miss versus Miami. I'll put it more full screen. I wanted to talk about this during the Ole Miss Georgia when we were talking about that, but I missed my opportunity, so I'm going to talk about it now. I use X/Twitter a lot just to look at like NFL and like what people are talking about
all the time.
Yeah, I'm on like I follow like a couple of Jets accounts. I'm telling you, there's a lot of talk about who we're going to take at quarterback for good reason because we need one. I'm telling you right now, They did not say a word about Trinidad Chambliss until that game happened. They didn't say a thing about him. It was all about Fernando Mendoza or Dante Moore. As soon as that game happened, they were talking about Trinidad Chambliss. That
I
game
get that.
changed his draft stock.
It
That
did. It did change it a lot. But let's see what he does against a really good defense in Miami. Let's see if
well,
he
he'd
can
already
continue to clutch in big games.
Georgia has a better defense than Georgia's whole thing has been defense ever since they've been good. That's their thing.
I agree with you. Oh, I agree with you. But let's see if he can continue to be the
But
guy in the clutch moment
I'm
when it
gonna
matters
tell
most.
you, I'm gonna say this now. If Trinidad Chambliss has a similar game to what he did against Miami, he's going up. If he beats Miami, this national championship game is Fernando Mendoza is obviously going to be the number 1 overall quarterback. It doesn't matter what happens in the unless he throws like 3 picks and sucks. It doesn't matter what happens in this IU Oregon game. But if if it comes down to Oregon and Ole Miss and Trinidad Chambliss wins, there is a high possibility he goes if they both declare for the draft, which they both might not. They both might do it. One of them might do it. One of them might not. But if they were to face off in this game and Ole Miss were to win, I think that Trinidad Chambliss' draft stock would go above Dante Moore's and he'd be the number 2 quarterback. If they were to both go into the NFL.
Number 2. I'll give you number 2.
Number 1 would be Mendoza, obviously, like I said. Number 2 would be Trinidad Chambliss. Number 3 would be Dante Moore. Whether I agree with that or not, I'm not going to say that because it's kind of tough to call. But I think that's what would happen if Ole Miss win this game. Now, enough about what could or couldn't happen. Let's see what I think will happen.
For sure.
Me personally, I just think that I think Miami beat a better team they beat a better team, but then again, Ole Miss had the better game. So I don't really know who to. These both are tough games because they're both so close. But
one's close.
One is close. What do you mean one's close?
I seriously don't see I just don't see Oregon beating IU or even competing. I really don't.
Oh.
I'm saying as an IU fan,
Yeah,
I just genuinely think IU is that good.
Yeah, this is like when Nick Saban's like, "Give me Alabama" in every game. That doesn't count. Anyways, back to Ole Miss and Miami. I'm obviously joking. You know I'm joking, by the way. But just in case for the people at home, just in case you thought I was like not joking, I am. But I don't know. They could take whatever. Anyways, me for this game, I'm personally gonna go with Miami because they have.
Wow.
I'm going Miami. I seriously think I'm going Miami. We
are exact opposite. I'm going Ole Miss. We are exact opposite.
I think just like the last game, don't expect a lot of defense. A lot of offense coming in these 2 games. But
I agree with you.
But I think Miami. I think instead of the Oregon game where Oregon wins on a late second drive, I think Miami wins when Ole Miss like they go 3 and out or whatever, they punt it. There's like 5 minutes left. Miami drives it down the field. They get the game sealing drive, and then Ole Miss just has to like throw Hail Marys down. I think Miami's gonna win, and I think they're gonna do it in not comfortable fashion, but they'll win in like a way where most people may think, oh, it's gonna be close until the end. I don't know if it'll be like that.
For me, I just think Ole Miss is the better team. I mean, even losing Lane Kiffin, honestly, I think they look better. Honestly, I think they look better since losing Kiffin. At least the last game they did. If Kiffin they didn't beat Georgia. I don't think Ole Miss is a one game, one team wonder. I really don't. I've been thinking Ole Miss has been a great team all year long. Even with Kiffin, without him, they've been great. Trinidad's been great all year long. He's really started to step his game up when it matters, and I think he's going to continue to do that. I just don't think Carson Beck has what it takes. Because obviously last year, of course, Carson Beck didn't play against Notre Dame last year, but Gunnar Stockton fought his damn heart out against Ole Miss.
He did.
He gave it his absolute all. That is I really like Gunnar Stockton. I really do. I think he's a great player and he's going to do great things. But I think Ole Miss is the better team. I don't think Miami is going to continue to have the success they have been all year. They beat A&M, but that was a very windy, crazy game. They beat Ohio State, who, again, I've been saying all along, is not as good as their ranking is, and I was correct yet again. I don't know. This will be a close game. Like, IU Oregon will not be a close game, I don't think. I think IU wins by 2, maybe 3 possessions. Not 3. That's a little much,
I
but
was gonna
definitely
say
2.
three. Three is a lot. This
Okay,
is they
3 as in
are
like 2 touchdowns and a
yeah.
field goal.
I was gonna
3 as in 17 points, but
yeah like
I don't know.
I was
Give me
gonna
Ole Miss
say
winning. Give me Ole Miss. I just think Ole Miss is the better football team. So we were exactly opposite. Of course we are, because why would we not be?
yeah. But anyways, I know that NFL is coming up soon, and you probably want to talk about that. But the games are starting really soon. You could just point at the Seahawks logo really quick, but we're not gonna do that right now because the games are gonna start soon, and I feel like if we were to talk about the games like just before they're starting, I feel like that would be like sort of not premature, but it wouldn't really fit. So we're gonna save our discussions for the NFL for the next episode that we'll film on like
Yep.
Monday on like are you available Monday or Tuesday?
Should be.
All right, yeah, we'll film it on Monday or
Monday.
Tuesday.
Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
Definitely Monday.
Yeah,
Definitely Monday.
we'll film it on Monday. I'll get it out either late Monday or on Tuesday. So that will be up and available for you. That will be the playoff predictions that we will have when the seeding is all done, when everything is settled, and everything is done. But
I can't wait to film that video
really
and see
quick,
how one seed.
yeah. If they don't, it's gonna be hell. But if they do, it'll be
Oh, so
yeah,
stupid.
yeah. If they do, then it'll be good for you. If they don't, it's gonna be hell. But yeah, we'll film those videos we'll film the video on Monday. It'll be out either late Monday or Tuesday, like I said. But for now, that's gonna do it. Thank you for watching this. It was a much shorter episode than last time, like half the length. It's 45
Yeah.
minutes of recording. But anyways, fun talking about college football. We'll see you next time, and peace out.
See ya.